Hi, my name is Candice Randall, and I'm going to share a little bit about my invitation to faith. When I grew up in a family of Christians, but I didn't have a church family. My parents were divorced, and my mother never felt comfortable attending church with regularity. So I would go to church with my father in summers when I visited with him and with my grandmother. I mostly had an individual relationship with Christ, and I learned to pray and learned that that was something that I wanted to be part of my life. I just didn't have that church family. When I started my family, I wanted my children to grow up in church. So we attended church, but it was only me and my children. I volunteered, I taught Sunday school, I taught Vacation Bible School. I never really got to know the people. I think I had feelings of guilt and shame, and I sort of was an obstacle to having those relationships. And in the early 2000s, I went through a divorce. And when I really could have used a church family, that just wasn't a resource that I had. I had feelings of guilt and shame, and I just stopped going. Then in 2018, my mother got really sick, and my mother had always suffered from mental health issues, but when she started to go through dementia, it became something really horrible and sad and hard to cope with. So I just prayed and prayed, and I got a nudge from God, go try church again. And so I looked through websites, and something about Alpharetta Methodist spoke to me, and I visited a few times and enjoyed the way I felt listening to Terry and David and Brad's sermons and prayers. Started to think, this could be it. And so I went up to a greeter one Sunday after church and asked about a Sunday school. And she told me about Discerning Hearts when I said I'd like to have a class for women. And I walked down that hall, all my fears, all my insecurities bottled up inside, and there stands Pam Shiftick. And she looks like my mother on her good days. The big chunky jewelry, the beautiful smile, the eyes that just look right into yours. And I think I stuck my hand out to shake, and she said, "Oh no, I'm a hugger." And she pulled me in for this great big hug, and I knew I was home. And with my friends at Discerning Hearts and Alpharetta Methodist, now I can safely say that I have found my church home, and it's just helped me so much in growing my faith and my relationship with Christ. Thanks.